There we go.
Oh, look at you. You're so beautiful.
How are you? How's everything?
Great, great. It's
How
going
has this
well.
week, the whole week been? Good?
It's been great. Yeah, the speakers have
Awesome.
been great. Yesterday we talked about nutrition. A couple days ago we talked about your why, and today we're going to be talking about how you treat yourself and all about you. And I'm excited for you to shed some light to the community and give them some great advice. How are you
Awesome.
today?
Very happy to be here. And I love the subject. It's all about you. I read everything about it, and I think I like that I'm part of it today and that
That's
I'm a speaker in this type of subject because it's really all in my lane.
awesome. Yeah, I that's exactly why I asked you to be on here because I agree. I think it's in your lane. I think you're an inspiration to many women here, especially being an entrepreneur in the fitness industry. It's really difficult for us sometimes with the stuff that we deal with. So, are you excited to get started?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So, first question for you. Can you tell me about your fitness journey and like what got you into fitness?
Yes, well, I started my company. I started it around 2012, and the reason being is that although that I was very into fitness and I liked working out, and I've never been overweight, but I still faced a lot of skin concerns. As women, 90% of women have cellulite. A lot of women also have stretch marks due to postpartum. A lot of loose skin, so I started thinking, what can I do? And I wanted something topical, something that really wasn't oral. So I'm like, what can I come up with? And I started speaking with some manufacturers in Colombia, and I told them, look, I am looking for cosmetic beauty products that can help women around the world with these type of skin concerns and body concerns. So that's when the whole idea came about, and that started in 2012. We started with Gel V, and then I started listening to my clients. I think that has been one of my best benefits, is that I listen a lot to my clients, and based on what they need, then I come up with the products. It's not like I just launch products to see who's going to purchase them. Instead, I listen, and while listening, all of the other products came about. So Gel V came about for stretch marks and loose skin. So everybody kept asking me, what about cellulite? So that's when I created Gel V Hot. And every product works in like a system, but each of them tackles a different type of concern. So that's where my products come in handy, and they help anybody, whatever the fitness stage they're in. Whether you just started, whether your stretch marks are old, whether they're red, whether you're just starting right now, or you're even fit, because they're not only reparative, they're also preventative. So that's why everybody, like, I encourage everybody to use them at some point in their life.
Yeah, absolutely. I have one of your belts and I think it's amazing. I still need to try the gel though. I really want to do that. So,
Yes, for
my next
sure. Well,
step.
we have a little gift at the end of this interview, so
Yes,
hopefully you
yes.
can snatch
And
yourself one.
awesome. And we will talk about that for sure. Have you ever struggled with your own body image and what was it and how did you overcome like that dialogue in your mind?
Yeah, I feel that I did face that at some point in my life, but what I wanted to say mostly today is that it's all about the inside. There was a point in my life when I was really ripped, and I still looked at myself and I'm like, I'm not happy. Like, why am I happy when I finally reached the body goal that I wanted? And I do believe that at the end of the day, it's how you feel about yourself inside. They say happiness comes from within, do not seek it without. You have to be in a balance in your life where you feel good about yourself inside and also on the outside. But most importantly, on the inside, because that's what you're going to reflect. How you feel inside. It's like I've been telling all my followers, if everybody tells you that you look ugly but you feel beautiful, that's what you're going to reflect. The same way, if you feel ugly and everybody tells you you're beautiful, you're going to reflect that feeling of insecurity. So it's all about how you feel inside, and that's why you need to work a lot on your inside. Like, I besides my fitness journey right now, I'm more focused on my inside, and the way that I've achieved that is every day I wake up and I'm super grateful. That's my number one thing every day. How I wake up in the morning is just giving grace. The second one is meditating. I love meditating. And another subject that you said is about perfectionism, like trying not to always aim for that perfectionism, because perfectionism doesn't exist. And I feel that as women, we always do that. We always see on the internet bodies that are better than ours, people who are traveling more, people who are more successful. And as humans, we are always driven by ego, and ego stands from lack. So you're always going to see other people and you're going to think that they have more, that they're better, that this and that. So that's why you have to work a lot on yourself to try and deal with that perfectionism. And believe me, perfectionism doesn't exist no matter how hard you try. So that's why you have to work a lot on within.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. So, follow-up question to that is what was your what was the reason that you wanted to like be ripped? Like why, like what was your why basically? So I know that you mentioned that you underwent a fitness journey, but you were still unhappy. But why did you go through that? Like what was the point if you were still unhappy?
That's the thing, that I feel that internet and social media, like you always want to be like other people. So I saw everybody working out, everybody had a big butt, everybody had big thighs, everybody was ripped. And I'm like, that's what I want to be. I felt like that's what I needed to be. Like that's what everybody wanted me to be. So I went onto this journey, and I achieved it. Like my legs were thicker, my butt was really thick. I had abs, I was ripped, but I didn't feel happy because deep down inside, that wasn't who I truly wanted to be. I was just trying to be somebody that I felt society wanted me to be. And then all of a sudden, I ripped my Achilles tendon, and I had to go through two surgeries. I couldn't work out for a year, and I slimmed out because I stopped working out. I stopped lifting, and that's when I realized, like this is who I want to be. Like this is who I really like. And I started doing other things. I started doing spinning. And back then, like the fad was everybody had to lift weights. Like you had to lift weights. Like in 2012, 2013, like the thing was lifting weights. And I did it because everybody was doing it. But deep down inside, that's not the person that I like. I'm more of a person of HIIT workouts. I love spinning. I love yoga. Like I'm more into like that, those type of workouts. But I felt that I needed to be that person. And when I finally achieved it, when I was ripped, everything that I wanted, I made it. I felt, I'm like, this isn't me and I'm not happy. Why am I not happy? And it was because I was trying to make society happy versus me. And nowadays, like I'm so happy that a lot of people are, I'm sorry, is that you?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry about
okay.
that. My
So
fault.
I'm very happy that a lot of people are now like more laid back in regards to that. Like I see a lot of people like doing yoga and doing other type of activities, HIIT workouts. Even with the pandemic, like now so many HIIT workouts and indoor workouts came about. And I felt that everybody is so into that because gyms were closed. So everybody had to look for something else to do. And I love the fact that everybody's now doing other types of activities besides lifting.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like now that gyms are open, it kind of opened up like a new world of working out. You don't
Yes.
have to like lift to be,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Like it made the pandemic made everybody very creative in regards to workouts and regard what am I going to do home? Like what am I going to use to work out? And mostly it was a lot of body weighted workouts. So that's what I'm focused on right now because I don't want more muscle mass. I'm more leaning towards just a svelte and tone and lean physique.
yeah. No, it's perfect. And you have a great body and I love
Thank
the workouts that you
you.
post.
Thank you.
Yeah. So as a CEO, I'm sure you wear many hats throughout the day. Do you ever experience a burnout or like a mental exhaustion?
A year or 2 years ago, I was faced with anxiety, and I was faced with a few panic attacks, one on a plane, one while doing my lashes, one after just arriving from a Disney park. I mean, it was in the weirdest places. Then I couldn't even believe it when I went through that. And it was all about stress. And I realized again that it's like your health and your inside is more important than anything else, than your job, than your physique. I was trying to do so many things at the same time, and I just started going through these panic attacks, and it was hard. It was very hard, and it was very scary for me because sometimes it would even, like I would get a panic attack here in my apartment by myself. I remember calling my mom at midnight while my mom was asleep, And I felt so bad for her because she was so freaked out. And I'm, Mom, I'm going through a panic attack right now. Talk to me. Just help me talk it out, because I'm very scared to be by myself while having this. And that's because of like my job. I was dealing with a lot of things at the same time. I hadn't at the moment learned how to delegate properly. So I was doing a lot of things at the same time. Nowadays, like, I have an incredible team that I work with, and I feel very liberated because I feel that everybody helps me like do their job. So I don't have to be micromanaging. Like, I know that everybody in my team right now is doing what they have to do. So that gives me the liberty to focus just on what I have to do. And a lot of the stress went away. So definitely, like, what I recommend a lot of people doing is, one, delegating. Two, you need to figure out, prioritize. Like, you need to figure out what's more important. What is it that you really need to do, and what can you let other people do so that you can focus on what's important, and then let other people do the rest.
Yeah, that's amazing advice. I completely agree with you on that. Um, so how did you talk to yourself? So, like, a follow-up question, how did you talk to yourself when you had these panic attacks? Did you, like, how did you tell yourself to, like, calm down, basically?
I honestly, I started Google. I love Google because I find everything on Google, and I just started researching what can I do when I have a panic attack. And I learned a couple things. One, breathing exercises. You have no idea what breathing can do for you. Like, even with breathing, you can accelerate your heart or you can calm yourself. So I went into a lot of breathing exercises that helped me out a lot. I also purchased a diffuser, a lavender diffuser. The scent of lavender helps a lot to calm yourself. So that was another one. Drinking a lot of water. I would drink a lot of water during and throughout the day. And in the morning, meditating. Like, meditating has literally changed my life so much. Like, every morning, that's the first thing I do. And there's a lot of things on YouTube that you can do: abundance meditation, relax meditation, anxiety meditation, sleep meditation. I use anything, meditating for everything. In the morning and at nighttime, I do both.
That's amazing.
So you honestly, it's all about helping yourself. Like, you need to always find a way to help yourself. And like I said, prioritizing, sometimes telling myself, I can only have two things today. If I have a third one, then I'm going to do that tomorrow. Because if I have too much things on my to-do list, like, I get anxiety. I'm the type of person that I can't have, my phone always has to be in zeros. Like, I can't have notifications. If I have 4 chats open on my WhatsApp with new messages, like, I start getting a panic attack. So I try to just always like prioritize and see what's important and what isn't.
Mhm. Yeah, that's perfect. And do you prioritize working out as well in your busy life? And do you have days where you're just like, I cannot work out?
Oh, for sure. Like, I try to work out in the morning. Like, my time to work out is usually the morning time. If I don't do it in the morning, I won't do it at any other time. So I usually try to wake up and do it in the morning. But obviously, there are some days where I have a lot of work. And I'm like, for example, today I wanted to work out. I scheduled my class, but I thought to myself, okay, I have the interview. I have to wash my hair. I have to film a video for Instagram before the interview, and I have a meeting with a friend later on. So I'm like, I can't work out, because then that will be putting anxiety on me. So I said, today I'm not working out, and I'm just going to do everything else, and then tomorrow I will work out. So it's always like focusing. But fitness to me and working out is important, but there are other things that I would put in front of that. Definitely my family, my work, other things.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And so basically what I'm getting here is just prioritize everything that is important to your life and your health. And
Exactly. To your health mostly.
ask for help too. There's no reason that anyone can't ask for help, and you have the resources to do it.
For sure.
So yeah. And so I kind of want to start talking about like support groups. Did you have like a strong support system when you started your business or your fitness journey? And what advice do you have to someone who doesn't have that at home?
Well, I did not have a support system. I mean, when I started my business, when I started Gelv, I remember that I told my mom, and my mom didn't agree with it. And at the end of the day, I don't judge her and I don't blame her, because it's like, you're going to quit your 9 to 5, that's something secure, for something that you don't even know if it's going to work or not. Especially, like, you're going to quit your job and you're just going to sell gels. Like, that's how I think she thought. And I'm like, Mom, it's going well for me. And I'm like, I need to, but she said no. And I remember it in November, and I told her, Mom, it's November. I'm quitting this week, my job. And she's like, no, wait until January. Why don't you wait until January? I'm like, Mom, I'm quitting. And I remember going to my boss and I told him, look, I'm right now starting up my little company, but I am making in a month what I'm making with you guys in a year. And I remember my boss telling me, he's like, go in peace. That's it, quit. Go and do you, like, do what you need to do. And I remember telling my mom, I told my boss and he said to quit. And he's like, oh my God, why didn't you wait until January? I'm like, look, Mom, the worst thing that could happen is me having to send 40 resumes that I've already done in the past, because this wasn't my first thing. Like, I've done many things. I started as a receptionist, I started as an office manager, I moved my way up to project manager, then I went to HBO and I was a marketing coordinator. So I've been all around the place. And I remember, like, when they laid me off in one of my jobs, I literally sent 40 resumes on Monster, on Career Builder. So I told my mom, I've done this before. If this doesn't work out for me, the minimum thing that I would have to do is what I've already done in the past. I know how to do it. And I have faith that this is going to work out for me. And if not, I'll find another job. I have a master's degree in international business. So I told her that the last thing that could happen is that I go and do interviews and I present myself, and that's it. But I didn't have that support system from my family. I think having your support system from a family is very important. But at the end of the day, it's also how you feel about yourself. It's you believing in you. And that should go above everything. If you have something and you believe in you, it doesn't matter your mom, it doesn't matter your family, it doesn't matter anybody. Go forward and go catch your dreams, because you never know what's waiting for you on the other side of people not supporting you. Like, just go with it. And the worst thing that could happen is you failing and having to start again, and that's honestly not bad. You'll gain experience from that at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. What a wonderful story.
Yeah, no, it's, everybody tells me you should write a book, and sometimes I would like to write a book, because the way I started, honestly, it's like, it's insane. Like, I just think back, and I remember, like, just filling up the little tubs of gel, like, all by myself with my uncle, going to USPS in the morning, all while having my job. Like, I still had my 9 to 5. That's another thing that I suggest everyone doing. If you're ever going to start a business, don't quit your 9 to 5. Do your entrepreneur business and do your hustle at nighttime. Stay up till late, wake up in the morning again and do it, but don't quit your job, because that's gonna make you feel more stressed. Like, at least you have that income coming in while you make sure that your hustle is actually going to pull through. Like, but always have that steady income coming in, so you can pay your bills, pay your car, pay your apartment, and work on the side. Like, you're going to have to work more, obviously, but until you don't have that secure, don't quit your day job.
That is so key. That advice is like the best, because so many people are just like, okay, I'm gonna, I'm going to put all my eggs in one basket, and don't realize that owning a business is not,
it's not easy. And the beginning is very hard. It's very stressful. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't mind staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning, then waking up again at 6. I would work to 5. From 5, I would come back and I would have to fill by hand 150 envelopes with my address to Christina Turner, your address, put in the gel, and then in the morning, wake up to USPS and ship everything out. And I did this for 3 to 4 months. Like, at the 4th month, when I realized, hey, I'm making more in 1 month than what I'm doing in my job for a year, then I'm gonna quit. Like, that was the key for me, that okay, I'm quitting. But until I didn't have that steady income coming in from my hustle, I didn't quit my job.
perfect. And so a follow-up question on the work that you do and like how you did it. So what was your drive like behind Vanabelle? I know you listened to your clients and you wanted to provide a product that helped them, but like what was the drive? Like what made you like wake up in the morning every day? Like what made you want to stay up till 3 a.m? Like what was, besides helping people, like what was the drive? Like what was your inner why?
When I lived in Colombia, like, my dad would provide everything for me. He would be like obviously the man of the house. But when my dad passed away, I was only 15 to 16 years old. And something switched inside me that says, I have a younger brother and my mom, but my mom has always been a housewife. when my dad passed away, I'm like, okay, you're the man of the house now. Like something just clicked inside me that says, you're going to have to take care of your mom and your brother. Like, what are you going to do? And I remember my dad passing away, and I would have to go at 16 years old to meetings for him and for his businesses and for his properties and this and that. And I'm like, I need to step up. And I remember one of my uncles, I started working at corporate America, and one of my uncles, I will never forget this phrase. He told me, are you going to stay your entire life making someone else rich? And that phrase with right there was the one that did it for me. Like, I'm like, damn, this is so true. Like, I'm going to stay my entire life in a cubicle making someone else, a big corporation, even bigger, and they're going to be keep paying me my $1,200 every 2 weeks, which I was only making $2,400 in corporate America on a monthly basis. And I'm like, am I going to do this for the rest of my life? And that's when I'm like, I started getting into Instagram, and I started posting workouts, and people just started commenting, and my page started growing. And that's why I want to do something of my, like, do that, and that can help me business, that I will help people. Like, what can I do? And then when my idea came about, and that's how I started. So it was a mix. It was a mix of wanting to grow career wise, wanting to have my own hustle, being an entrepreneur, liking the fitness industry, helping my own body, helping other people. And everything was just, I don't know, it was just perfect. Like the idea that I just looking for. And I
I'm so sorry. I think you cut out for 1 second. Can you hear me?
there.
Okay.
Yes, I hear you.
Can you just say that last part one more time? Just like the last couple sentences?
That it really was a combination of everything, like wanting to grow career wise, wanting to have my own business and become an entrepreneur, being free of my time, loving the fitness industry because I was starting to get into fitness and I was starting to like it, helping other people, and at the end of the day, helping myself, because these are products that I use on a daily basis. So it's not something that I just sell to other people and I don't use them. And I know a lot of people that do that. They have their own products and they don't even use them. No, this is something that I created for me and at the same time for other people.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's beautiful. And I mean, that's why you're successful, because you help people and it's coming from your heart. It's not coming
Exactly.
from the place of money.
I think success is all about being you, and it's about showing other people that you also are in their footsteps, that you are also feeling what they feel, that you are the same, that you're no different from everybody else. And at the end of the day, is also showcasing the use of your own products and the use of your own services, because you can't sell something that you don't believe in. And I've seen a lot of people that they start with this protein company and then they go and sell this product and then they go, there's no credibility in that. I've been selling my own products, and you'll never see me promote anything else that isn't Vanabelle since 2012, because I believe in my products. I love my company, and that's what I do.
Yeah. Perfect. As a female entrepreneur in the fitness industry, have you ever experienced sexism from men, and how did that shape your mindset towards fitness and maybe like your own body and yourself?
Yes. At the beginning, I was posting a lot of selfies in 2012, 2013. I was posting a lot of selfies, and I could definitely say that my audience was 50-50. And I started thinking, I'm like, why am I like, at the end of the day, my products are for women, like, and I don't like being viewed as just that. So I started changing that out. Like I started not posting so many selfies. I stopped posting not too much sexy stuff. And at the end of the day, because I didn't like the feel, I didn't like how that felt. Like I posted pictures because I felt comfortable with them and I liked how my body looked. But I was receiving a lot of that, like a lot of you're so hot and sexy and this and that. I'm like, that's not what I want to be viewed as. Like I'm so much more than that. So I just thought, I'm like, I can be sexy, I can still be sexy, I can still post a bikini picture, but I don't focus like now my whole Instagram around that. Like I'm more towards like tips with women. And now my audience has increased, more women than men. Now I have 75% to 80% women and then 20% men. But it's also because I changed like like the way I was portraying myself, I guess I can say that. And yes, it's not I don't know, I don't like it. And don't get me wrong, there's many people that do like the attention and do like that now. And maybe at the beginning I was that type of person, but now I think that I've matured and I don't like that attention anymore. Like I used to love that attention and now I just don't.
Yeah. So I love that you brought that up because I'm sort of going through the same thing with my audience because I stopped posting like a whole bunch of bikini photos and I have like a bigger men following than women. And I've noticed personally for myself that I've gotten like lower engagement because I don't do that anymore because I'm like in this transition of where I'm, prioritizing who I am first rather than, posting bikini pictures. So did you have like like that sort of transition where like no one liked your pictures? Like, did you feel bad about yourself? Like, how did you go?
Yeah, let's go into that subject because that's another subject that I wanted to touch in regards, for example, to Instagram, the likes, the engagement. I would give a lot of importance to that at the beginning, to be honest. I would care a lot about the likes. I would care a lot about the comments. I would care a lot about being sexy, being hot, and the guys commenting and this and that. But like I said before, like my mindset just started changing and it's really who I am. Like, this is the attraction that I want to get. And everything like just changed in my head. And I'm like, honestly, I just started caring less about the likes because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, is my connection good? Do you hear me well?
It was like 10 seconds where there wasn't any wording. I mean, do you want to restart the thought?
Yeah, that there was a transition period where I cared about the likes and I cared about the attention. And then all of a sudden, like something inside of me started changing. And I'm like, I don't care about that anymore. Like I just didn't care. And mind you, I had, for example, 7,000 likes on a picture. And all of a sudden I would post, I don't know, like a more normal picture doing yoga or just, I don't know, a pretty picture. And I would get 1,000 likes. And I'm like, but at the end of the day, I really didn't care about that anymore. Like, it's just something that happens within you where you mature and you stop caring about Instagram. You start caring about the likes, you start caring about the engagement, and you just start caring about who you are. Who are you? What do you want? And that's when like my whole mindset and everything happened at the same time. What I was telling you before, that I was lifting, I was growing my booty, I was growing my legs, all because of this Instagram or this social media thing that I felt that I needed to do. But it's like I'm sacrificing who I am and my morals and what I want just to like fit in with a fad that's going on. And I'm like, no, that's not who I am. I actually love being a family girl. I love spending time with my dog. I don't want to post that many selfies anymore. I like doing other things that aren't lifting, like spinning and doing yoga and HIIT workouts. And I just started becoming more myself. And I feel that Instagram is a place where it can trap you and you start just acting and being this person that social media wants you to be and that you feel that that's how you're going to fit in, and you start losing yourself just to fit in this type of profile that you aren't. And nowadays I just look back and I'm like, I'm so happy that I grew out of that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, now I get 1,000 likes but my sales are so much higher. Why? Because I'm being me. And people catch that. People know when you're trying to fake somebody that you're not, rather than when you are yourself. And now I don't care if I get 900 likes, if I get 1,000 likes, if I get 2,000 likes, but this is me. This 900 likes girl is Giovanna. This is Vanna. This is Giovanna. This is who I am. So why am I going to give more importance to likes versus to who I want to be? And I'm so happy right now. Like I feel liberated. I am myself. I am who I wanted to be this whole time. And I feel happy inside and out. Like I've reached a point in my life where I'm truly happy.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. And that's
if you're going through that transition, all I tell you is that likes aren't that important. Like I'm telling you, likes aren't that important. Social media isn't that important. Everything you see there, it's like this fake world that's going on. You have to be yourself. Always be yourself, because it's liberating just to be yourself and not care about the likes, not care about the engagement, not care about what people say about you, nothing. It's just important to like love yourself and be who you want to be.
Yeah. And honestly, that is advice for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're like an Instagram personality or a personality inside your own home. You need to be authentic in who you are and who you want to be, and communicate that with the people around you. And that's when you're truly going to find your inner happiness and figure out like why you're doing the things you do.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's better to have 1,000 followers that love you for you than have 10,000 followers that love you for who you're not. So
Yeah.
I know that right now, my little clique and my followers and everything, they love me for me. Like they love what I post, they love my life, they love who I truly am. So I rather have those 1,000 secure and loyal and real followers than have 10,000 followers that only are liking me because I post a thong picture or because I lift. Like, no, these are the type of people that love me for who I am.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess you answered my next question, because I was going to ask about like the competition in the fitness industry. And when we like post our pictures or when we create content or put anything out there and we think that we're not pretty enough or good enough, like what do you do when that crosses your mind? But I think you kind of just answered it. Do you have any more to add to that?
Like I said before, like the human being is always very about ego, and you always are from the position of lack. So you see other people and you think that they're better and you try internally to compete. Like the ego always wants to compete. Ego isn't going to tell you you're the best. No, ego is always going to tell you that person is better than you. That person is making more money than you. Her body is better. She has more likes. So deep down inside, you just have to fight that. And you have to realize that Instagram is just Instagram. And one personal advice that I do give a lot of, that I've been a lot of my friends, is don't waste so much time looking at everyone's stories, because I feel that, and I'm the type of person, to be honest, that I don't watch people's stories. Like, one, pay attention to what's in front of you. Sometimes you stop living your life, you stop having that dinner with your mom, you stop having fun with your little dog, you stop enjoying tanning because you're on stories trying to catch up, looking what everybody else is doing. So you're so on top of everybody else's lives that you're pretty much not living your own life just to see everybody else's. So my advice is just try to focus on the people that actually do motivate you, the people that actually you feel inspired by. But the other types of people that you feel that are just flexing or they're just showing off, don't waste your time watching that, because at the end of the day, you're always going to try and find that competition with those people and feel that you're less. And you shouldn't spend your life on that. Like, you should spend your life living your own life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you should spend your life living your own life and not and worried about your story and not other people's story. I love that.
Yes,
Love that.
100%.
Mhm. So a follow-up question to that, and this kind of goes back to like how we talk to ourselves as women. So when we like scroll through our social media and like we do get like down, so to say, and have like a negative attitude, I guess, about yourself, because for most of us women, we we tend to talk to ourselves in a way that we wouldn't even talk to our worst enemies. So like how can you overcome those thoughts that come into your head? Like how can you tell yourself that you are good enough and that you are pretty enough? And why do you think that we judge ourselves so hard?
Yeah, I believe that we're all our worst critics and we're all very perfectionists. In my case, even this right now is like, I'm working like towards myself, because I feel that everybody is very perfectionist and you want to be,
Mhm.
you
I think,
you're perfect. Every time okay, Instagram is like this. Everybody posts their happy pictures, everybody posts their happy travel, everybody posts that they have money, everybody posts. Nobody's going to sit there and post when they're crying. Nobody's going to sit there and post that they don't have money to pay their rent. Nobody's going to sit there and post that they don't have money to buy the car they want. So everything you are seeing is like you're comparing your life towards this perfectionism, and nothing is perfect
mhm.
out of it.
I'm
It's
sorry, I think
just
you cut
the
out.
best part of everyone's life. So that's what you need to focus on, and just see the girl posted that picture because that's her best angle. And I'm going to tell you, that's what I do. because you don't want to post the angle where you look ugly. You want to post the angle where you look pretty. You're going to take 100 selfies and you're going to post the one selfie where you look decent. And that's what everybody else does. So when you see those perfect pictures, those perfect videos, just tell yourself, one, this isn't real, because somebody behind that picture had to took 100 of them to get that one pretty picture. So don't think of yourself that badly, and don't talk yourself so bad, because at the end of the day, everybody's going through the same thing.
Yeah, that's great advice, honestly.
And you're always gonna look up, but you're never gonna look down. And the person that you're admiring, that person also has somebody above them that they admire, and that person has somebody above them that they admire. So just think of it that way. Like, the person that inspires you, they have other people that inspire them. So it's just like it works the same for everyone. We're all in the same boat.
Absolutely. And it's like a cycle, honestly.
It's a cycle. Yes, 100%.
Perfect. Well, I have a couple more questions for you before I let you go. Do you think that it's realistic to wake up with a positive attitude every day?
It's not realistic. It's not about being realistic, but it's about wanting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some days you're going to have issues at your job. You're going to have issues with your spouse, with your kids, with anything. But at the end of the day, it's all about how are you going to face that? It's all about how you react to problems, not about the problem itself. So realistically, no, you're not going to wake up with a perfect life every day. But what are you going to do to fix that? So that's where gratefulness comes about. And that's where meditation comes about for me. Like, every day I have something that's going on that's maybe not perfect, but every day I wake up and remind myself what is perfect. Like, thank you, God, for my mom. Thank you, God, for my family, for my little dog, for the city I live in, for my job, for waking up and not having COVID. I mean, just those type of simple things that every day, like, you need to be and remind yourself and do it out loud. Like, they say that gratefulness is the antidote to depression. And I truly, truly believe that. If you wake up every day and out loud you say, thank you, God, for my family, thank you for my health, thank you for everything. Say it out loud, because words, say it loud. And after saying those things, I can promise you that you're going to feel a lot better about your day.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I always say like my affirmations and what I'm grateful for every day.
That definitely helps. So yeah, it's not realistic to have a perfect life or a perfect day every day, but it's how you confront that and how you work about it that's going to make your day change.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And what would you say to someone that's struggling and not believing in their vision?
Somebody that's struggling and not believing in their vision.
Let's say that question right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read that question right. So the question was, what did you do when people didn't believe in your vision? So I guess this question, and then a follow-up question to that is, like, what is your advice to people that like don't see their vision?
My answer to that is, it goes back to my example and my story, is that even though nobody believes in you, you need to believe in yourself. And there's 100% something that's inside you. Like, I don't know, it's like a spark or something that it will always tell you, like, you're in the right path, like you're doing things right. And at that moment, when I started Jovi, even though like the first 3 months things weren't going right and I wasn't selling anything, I didn't give up. I'm like, no, like, why? Like, the most important thing is, how much do you want it? And that goes for anything. That goes for a diet, that goes for a job, that goes for your work, that goes for your relationships. How bad do you want it? That's the end question. Like, how bad do you want it? And if you want it that bad, then you're going to work until you get it. And that's what happened to me. Like, I wanted it so bad, and I wanted so bad to not continue making other people rich, that I'm like, I need to make this happen. Like, this has to work out for me. And I just kept going and kept going and kept going. And same thing with a diet. Like, last week I was doing this 10-day no carb, no sugar challenge. And there was a few people that they quit at the second day. I'm like, then you didn't want it bad enough. Like, honestly, because at the end of the day, everybody can tell you something. Everybody can encourage you. You can listen to 1,000 motivation videos, 1,000 vision videos, but if you don't want it and if you're not willing to put in the work and to stay consistent and determined, that's the end of the day. That's the question. How bad do you want it? And I'm going to be honest with you. When I started that challenge, I wanted it bad. Like I really, really wanted to lose my holiday weight gain. And I told everybody, look, I'm sharing this 10-day challenge with you guys. I want you guys to join me. But I will be honest with you, I'm not going to fail because I knew in my mind that I was going to achieve the 10 days. And honestly, it's been 20 days already. I haven't had carbs or sweets in 20 days. And I've been posting what I eat, what I do. I've lost 6 pounds. I already posted my before and after on my page of the 10 days. So at the end of the day, that's the final question. How bad do you want it? And it doesn't matter if it's not working for you right now and if nobody believes in you, but if you want it that bad, you're going to make it.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to make it work.
You'll find a way. Exactly.
Wow. Well, this was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Vanna.
Thank you for having me. I loved it. Thank you for all the questions and I hope everybody enjoys it. Oh, and let's say
yes, before we go, can you tell everyone about your special offer?
Yes. Right. Wait, let me look for it. I think oh yeah, it's 30% off store wide, and the promo code is, hold on. I had it right here and I deleted the picture.
I have it right here too.
You have it?
I have it. Oh, where did it go? Oh, okay. The code is about you 30. So everything is going to be posted in the Facebook group like I do every day. So in the new Facebook post, and then it also will be going out in the emails at the end of the day. And
so guys, remember that the promo code is going to be active until midnight Eastern today. So go ahead and go to vanabelt.com, use the promo code at checkout, about you 30, and you're going to get 30% store wide on whatever you want on my page.
Perfect. That is a great deal. I'm definitely going to use it. So I hope everyone else does too.
Thank you,
again.
Bye. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.